Hello guys, Voltolon here and welcome to another deck lab. Today we will be looking at a dream to break the mold and surpass the limitations of the monotonous singular strategy this deck had. That deck in particular is Cyberse. Cyberse in the past had only one goal, to draw cards and dig into the deck to assemble the three pieces of Yggdrasil, similar to Exodia except it doesn't automatically win you the game. The problem with the Cyberse strategy is that drawing cards is all the deck had. Cyberse's game plan as a result is very one-note. That changed with the introduction of Attolashoot Highdron, which gave a sizable benefit to running a more aggressive Cyberse deck, and Security Hole, which can protect your beatsticks from incoming danger. This trap also has a cool niche in that it can dodge the protection Secret Order provides, since it doesn't destroy but returns to the deck instead. Seedclotron Brusseln is another payoff to running this many Cyberse monsters, as it needs to send a Cyberse off the top of your deck to then add Cyberse monsters with 0 defense to your hand from grave up to the number of face-up monsters your opponent controls. This is traditionally used for fetching Yggdrasil pieces, but cards like Attolashoot Highdron, Berceptacle Mani, Crystal Brain, and Reset Runner are also viable targets, allowing the deck to regain tempo by swarming the field with beatsticks should they fall behind. Now that we've gone over the main contents of the deck, let's head on over to the gameplay. Alright, we're in the game now. Gotta have fun to our opponent. Okay, just to say fine hand. Well, there's not much to do here. You can just tribute summon one of these and then just set this to security hole. Just a matter of which one I want to set. The Attolashoot Highdron, I guess I want to set now since it has higher stats. Yeah, let's just do that. The other option was tribute summoning the Mani as its lower priority. But just to play it safe, I'm gonna have the highest stat monster up first. And plus I can use the Mani on the crackback to kill something. I think it's baseball, it seems. Okay. Baseball is a cool deck. It's just a pretty neat beatdown deck that just makes numbers. Luckily there are no numbers to be made this time. Oh well, this is not a great hand. Oh, we have to reset runner to at least mill some stuff into the grave here. Milling a Crystal Brain is less than ideal, but could be a lot worse. We'll just make this Mani here. So you want to activate the Attolashoot Highdron first, since we will be shuffling with the Berceptacle Mani, so we will have less monsters in graveyard if we do Mani first, so we'll use Attolashoot Highdron to get more attack points. Okay, that milling the Seedclotron is not ideal, so we're gonna put that back, I think. Yeah. We'll put this back and we'll keep these two here as low-level targets for the Brusseln, so we'll just put the Dark Femtron in. Then we'll debuff this. Just in case he's playing solo performance, we'll sing the weaker monster first, so if he has that card, he must negate this first before he negates my high attack point monster. Seems like he has no response, which is pretty good. We get a good chunk of damage here. So yeah, just like very simple game plan, just make numbers, beat your opponent down, and protect your guys with this card right here. Hopefully it doesn't have interaction with this, otherwise it might be in for a water hurt. Baseball can hit high numbers very easily. They do have the home setup, which means they have the home ground draw setup as well, since that requires the home specifically engraved to activate. So that's a pretty spooky one if they manage to find that card. Heavy roller with no fuel spell on board means it's just a cycle 1, which is fine. Discarding the the thing. I don't remember baseball names. Finally finds the fuel spell, a bit too late there, huh? Seems like they don't really have much to do here. I think this is a stage of the game where we have to try to play around Mirror Force. I guess this will make it a lot easier for me. Okay, we'll use Attolashoot Highdron first. to mill the cards. You hit something, okay. Now we'll go Sea Dragon Knight. And with the Sea Dragon Knight and 2 back removals here, we can check everything. So we can send one of the what do we want to send here? I know I want to send one of the 0 defense ones because we definitely don't need 3. We'll definitely send the Dark Femtron, I guess. Depending on which one I want to send between Reset Runner and Crystal Brain. I think Crystal Brain is better here just because that sets up my grave faster. So we'll check this one. That doesn't matter. So we can go this to just blow up everything. Another tag out. That's unfortunate. If I did that in a different order, this would have popped that for free. Oh jeez, they have a lot of those. We gotta play it safe, I guess, right? There's no reason to play safe. We'll try to go for lethal here. We'll attack with Sea Dragon Knight. If that's the most of their monsters aren't high enough defense. If it's specifically the Dododo second, yeah, it will bounce off. But that's one monster in a pool of several, which unfortunately it is. So we lose out on 1,300 damage, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Could definitely be a lot worse. Just doing with the Attolashoot here. And next turn, well, next time we can't even use the Attolashoot Highdron since, well, we can use it. We have 3 left still. Next time we can pop the tag up if we want to. Or if we want to play it safe, we can check any new sets that they may set. Seems like they drew rather poorly, drawing to 2 additional field spells. This is why I don't really like running too many field spells, as like once you activate one of them, subsequent field spells are just like do nothing cards. They just literally become bricks. Seems like I'm gonna use the tag up here to special summon something. So we're gonna be seeing them making plays here. They found a ground draw, which is pretty big. Fortunately, they didn't get the pop off of tag up, so they will be eating my security hold that I have here set from turn 1. I think it's better to no, because then the Hydra. I'll just use it. It doesn't matter what order I do this in. That's gonna have more attack, but I have more than enough cards to debuff it, and I just beat over it for game. Yeah, Hydron dies. I don't really care. Like optimally, you'd shuffle the home back in so that they'll have a harder time finding ground draw. But I'm gonna have lethal anyway, so it's not gonna really matter. I'm gonna go Reset Runner, mill 1, Crystal Brain, Tribute for the Mani, and then we can activate the Mani twice to just shuffle everything back in and debuff this home and beat over it for game. Very smooth game here, just very smooth tempo that we got here. Hopefully we can get a game 2 here, because that was not the most exciting game. Oh, this is, yeah, okay, the room was specific, okay. This hand is a lot more interesting. We have the Ship with 7 treasures that we can use to dig deeper into our deck. But we don't need to if our top card is like a low level that we can like tribute summon the Mani with. In deck building, I was thinking of Sigil State Soul since that just has higher base stats. So that it would have a better matchup into Gate Order, but Security Hole is already pretty good into Gate Order, and one weakness the deck had in testing was getting over higher stat monsters. Like Seedclotron doesn't have any way to beat over a 2,500 attack monster by itself. Same with Sigil State Soul, that will have a crash. Which is why I really should be playing Torero here. That would definitely be something to consider when I revisit this deck again. If you're still watching this video right now, do consider Siesta Torero when you build this deck. Probably over the Sea Dragon Knights, but the Sea Dragon Knights are pretty good into more control based decks. So that's definitely a consideration you can make. Dosodon here, if he pitches with the Dosodon, he's not gonna have any plays left. Wait, why did he activate the stadium? Then he could have discarded the stadium. I guess it's to play it safe here. See what he's going to make with this. Nothing. It's okay, sure. This is not great, with the exception of this Seedclotron Brusseln, so we can actually do some plays here. We're gonna ship 7 treasures to hopefully join to something good. That's a really good one. Alright, let's go. We can go 2 Crystal Brains. We might as well Particle Acceleration the back row here, just might as well. Since we have 2 of these. Piercing, that's a really bad whiff. We're not gonna really be caring about that. We care more about hitting actual back row, but this is fine. Start melee. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, we can go Seedclotron Brusseln and hopefully we can hopefully we hit the Cyberse here. We did not. That's a damn shame. This is gonna be a rough one. Yeah, sometimes you just don't hit the Cyberse and then Seedclotron just doesn't do anything. Which is definitely why some people are deciding not to play Seedclotron, but I think the payoff for Seedclotron is still pretty good. If you don't, you can definitely minimize the risk of Seedclotron whiffing by running more Cyberse monsters. But then you just lose out on some utility. Like, I'm already running 9 normal vanilla beatsticks that don't do much outside of being a Cyberse and being a beatstick, which beatsticks are good, but not 9 of them. 9 of them is kind of excessive. And I'm really just running them for their typing. They're just gonna surrender that. We're just gonna... Not sure what happened here. We're gonna... I guess they bricked. Yeah, we'll go find another game that was way too short. This is the same person. We found the same guy again. So we're gonna give him the run back and see if they don't brick again. Because we definitely can't end on that like anticlimactic finish there. We clearly have something more to do compared to the that last game. We seem to have a good amount to do here. We have the same play we had last game. We can strip a 7 treasures to dig into the deck and find some cards here. Ooh, finding the Mirror Force, that's impeccable, that's wonderful. We'll go reset run and start setting up the grave here. See if we can find some good targets to hit off the Seedclotron. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. So now, assuming the Seedclotron doesn't whiff, we can add that back to our hand and then just summon it. Unfortunately, we hit the security hole, but everything else is fine. That's just more Cyberses that we can count towards the Attolashoot effect. Hopefully this doesn't whiff. Okay, good, it didn't whiff. We'll add this and add the Crystal Brain to just further set our grave. And now this is why I like the Seedclotron in this build, because like you just get to swarm your board with all these high levels. You just get to make a second guy, which is very nice. This is all turn 1 and we went +2 off of this. Going to get an additional +1 off of the Attolashoot Highdron. That's another beatstick that we can just drop down. Thinking we want to mill this, we'll just might as well, I guess. Yeah, this is turn 1 ward, which is a very cool thing that this deck can do. Definitely one very nice niche that this deck has. Well, I guess it's hard to call it a niche when Gate Order does very similar things in swarming the board with beatsticks. But it's in a different way. It's like at least these have effects, which is one nice thing about this deck. It's certainly not as consistent and certainly not as like fast compared to actual gate order. But at least their cyber speed stakes can hit higher than 25 half the time. Granted, they have secret order and card devastation and whatnot. But still. And you get additional pluses off of the Attolashoot Highdron, Seedclotron, and whatnot. Unfortunately for opponent, we are very safe because of this Mirror Force over here. So he's probably going to die next turn. He has the home here. But because our opponent is playing baseball, our kinetic acid travel just straight up doesn't work. Yeah, I'd assume it work, but I've played this person several times and I know they're not playing any targets. Like you'd assume that they'd be running like maybe a couple copies of Phoenix Dragon, but no, nothing. Just absolutely 0 copies. Okay, I guess they've just given up. Great. They sense the impending doom, and that was the deck. Admittedly, those games were not the exciting, high-octane gameplay I was expecting to record this time, so I'm probably going to make another gameplay video for this deck in the near future. As for the deck itself, it got to show off what it can do, which is good enough for me. Using Seedclotron to summon an extra Attolashoot and going +3 in a single turn is definitely a great feeling. This deck has a couple costs to go before it becomes truly fierce in my eyes. Something like more 0 defense utility targets would be good, but at the state it is at right now, it certainly is no pushover. In any case, thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one.